From Riverlink problems to Mexican drug cartels and the gang issues in Louisville, we've done a lot of WDRB Investigates stories this year.
WDRB's Valerie Chin has the top 5 Investigate stories of 2024 that you clicked on the most.
12 months of stories, but coming in at number 5, Bullitt County Public Schools garbage truck problem. The district was trying to save money by buying its own garbage truck, but things didn't go as planned.
But we quickly found out why school districts don't get into the sanitation business.
Concerned citizens contacted WDRB Investigates, saying it never worked and broke down many times. Now they're scrapping the entire thing and going back to using a company. The used garbage truck cost the district over $100,000 to purchase. Some people are calling this a dumpster fire type project. You're laughing a little bit about it. I mean, what are your thoughts on that phrase? This has been a dumpster fire.
I think it's a great pun, obviously. And again, it's one of these situations that we took a risk and it didn't work out.
After an accident and it was fixed, the garbage truck sold at auction in May for $52,000 on a government surplus website. Number 4, Riverlink issues. WDRB Investigates heard from so many viewers frustrated with Riverlink customer service.
We are currently experiencing a high call volume.
They're not getting their emails returned on time. And really what these data show is that the customer service has been an issue. And in fact, as recently as November, about half of the customer service goals were not being met.
Kentucky and Indiana officials agreed to spend $3.3 million in toll revenue just to improve Riverlink operations. There were issues with long wait times for customer service calls as Riverlink transitioned to a new provider, Electronic Transaction Consultants. Since our story aired in February, we're still waiting on reports showing details of Riverlink operations. But spokeswoman Mindy Peterson says significant improvements have been made this year, with call wait times now averaging less than 30 seconds. Number 3, gangs in Louisville.
How dangerous do you think the streets are right now in Louisville?
It's very dangerous if you live that life.
Our WDRB Investigates story revealed 25 to 30 gangs in Louisville are committing 30% of the city's most violent crime. The FBI has been investigating several well-known gangs in our area, like the Victory Park Crips, O-Block, and EST, which stands for Everybody Shine Together.
The goal will always be to dismantle the entire organization. 2
people connected to EST were murdered this year in downtown Louisville and in the Highlands.
Shots fired, 942 officers, Valtane. One white male. Hey, get down on the ground.
Community members say one of the victims performed at the KFC Yum Center with rapper ESTG. Hours later, ESTG's booking agent was found shot to death just a few blocks away. Coming in at the second most clicked on WDRB Investigates story, a Mexican cartel tied to a Bullitt County drug bust. Investigators believe they uncovered a drug pipeline from California to Kentucky and through Louisville. Nearly 40 people were arrested.
They were not part of a gang that we know of. They were tied to, as I mentioned, the one cartel, the Cartel Jalisco New Generation Cartel.
The feds received a tip that led them to a Love's gas station in Shepherdsville, where 2 of the suspects met up. Investigators found cardboard boxes that contained more than 250 pounds of crystal meth and 12 kilos of cocaine, with an estimated street value of over $1 million. The drugs were believed to be headed to western Kentucky and southern Indiana.
With the 37 arrests, what has that done to that cartel?
The cartel itself, unfortunately, the cartel is still operating in Mexico, but what it does, it really took out their network here operating amongst our 2 states, in addition to the organization that was out there in southern Los Angeles.
And the number 1 most clicked on WDRB Investigates story, Louisville area patients warn about the dangers of Ozempic.
I ended up losing, it was about 140 pounds, so I was down to around 87 pounds. Couldn't walk or get around.
2 years after being on Ozempic for diabetes, Jacqueline Barber was diagnosed with gastroparesis and was even on a feeding tube at one point.
What gastroparesis means is where the food goes down into the stomach and the stomach just does not want to empty out into the small intestine, so it just sits there in the stomach.
Hundreds of patients across Kentuckiana have had similar issues and have filed a lawsuit against Novo Nordisk, the maker of Ozempic. Attorneys who represent over 2,000 patients across the country want the drug company to have better labeling on its medications. To see the top 10 WDRB Investigates stories of the year, head to our website.